Couldn't be any happier. Been waiting 25, 30 years to get in this. Now we're gonna get it finally. I know we are. Last week I couldn't even walk that far. You know it? Can't keep a treasure hunter down.
According to Rick Glenn, there was a cave of gold. He was getting ready to start bringing some stuff out. And when they went back, a miner had filed a claim on the land, and every time that Rick went there, the miner and his buddies were getting drunk and they'd start shooting at him. So if he went near the place, he'd get killed. After 25 years, this guy got off the land, and so Rick's trying to recover it, and so that's why he called me. We'll scan that, put it on the laptop.
Well,
does that sound okay, or do you want to have us scan a different spot? I mean, that's...
No, you know where the...
Well, I'm thinking that's
your
where
machine says that it's...
Well, I'm saying that when I scanned it last time, it was in that bottom corner over there.
When I got in the cave, the amazement that I had was just unbelievable. There was some blunderbusses, there were some paintings, and there was a cask of coins. And then next to it a little ways was a pile of jewels. This one jewel, it was on a rug, and it was huge. There's also the skeletons of the people that must have put it in there. With all the DNA things that they have nowadays, we can find out whose family they belong to and finally set them to rest. There's a table across from them with a skeleton, and the gentleman also had his arm near a book, which I believe this book would have secrets in it that are just unbelievable. There's another room, and there's also a skeleton there. There were some stacks of bars. They were silver and they were gold, maybe 1.5 feet off of the ground. You tell someone that, you know, that you've seen this stuff and you've held this stuff, they think, why aren't you the millionaire? It was just too dangerous, and we had these terrible rainstorms that came in, and it just filled in the washes here. We could not find another entrance.
Dad likes to kind of think of himself as Indiana Jones, which is kind of cool, you know, and it's true, because he's just out there finding all the information out, reporting it. And his reward is the adventure and the journey and everything that comes with that. I'm following his example.
You need to bring your stuff out, okay? Just put it there. Robert had told Rick that I was the attorney on the expedition and the superstition, and Rick wanted to ask me a few quick questions.
What was Rick's opinion about? I'm not thinking this now because there's so many of us, but what was his opinion of paying yourself first, taking some bars out?
I haven't talked to him yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, that's not good.
Well, I brought you a retainer agreement if you want to sign.
Can you tell us what it means?
Well, it just means he's retaining me as his attorney. That's all. So if I have to go to the government, if I have to, you know, do anything on his behalf, just so.
At this very moment, I'm not planning on going to those guys.
Okay, all right. Well,
not right off the bat.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. Well, you have that.
Because they're just too greedy.
Yeah. Well, you know, coming to me as an attorney, I have to tell you, you know, legally, you know, the correct course, and then it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But, you know, it'd be remiss if I didn't, so. Anyway.
Remiss, yeah.
Okay. Gonna have to put in 10 feet. Put 10 feet. I don't see the targets. I can't get below something in the rock. I don't know what's happened.
What happened?
Well, I don't know what's happened. I mean, we used to have a room and we used to have the Boolean marks, and now we got nothing but a rock layer that's only 1 foot deep. All the ground that we just scanned, I can't see anything below 2 feet.
Really?
You got to remember that the heat affects my instrumentation.
Oh.
And I wanted to be done by 10 o'clock for a reason. You know, we're out here almost at 12 and it's 90-some degrees. And I'm thinking that the rover may not be operating well enough because of the damn temperature. Technology didn't work for us today.
Well, it certainly showed up on our last scan. Exactly where everything should be, it was, according to your screen.
I'm thinking you're just going to have to drill long and take your best shots.
Well, you're going to try some of your drilling, I hope, at least. I want to see that dabber and drill yours running.
I don't have one. Bill brought what he's got, and you've got what you've got, and I've got nothing. I'm doing scanning. Over there, I found where the paintings were. And I came over here, I scanned across these rocks, just about here, was a rectangular golden blob. That'll work. Anywhere in here, right? Okay.
Is that your wife's vacuum?
Well, yeah, but she doesn't know I got it. It looks to be 1 inch. But I know that one that I had from Harbor Freight said 1 inch. And this is bigger, so I don't know how. Maybe they have smaller inches at Harbor Freight. Yeah, okay. Let me step aside. I'll do it right here.
Huh?
Put your hand right here, though. You don't want to get it in here and then have it twist.
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm...
Gotcha.
Try to find that bigger stuff, clog it up a little bit. I pushed it a little too far, probably. Could be stuck, you know?
You get it stuck. You got your body when I get
Stuck in there. If it's stuck in there, we proved the point that this will go down at least 2 feet.
The numbers that we got through the software provided by the manufacturer don't add up to the reality. I didn't write the software. I didn't design the tool. The equipment's here. Take your best guess. Don't go home saying, I wish I could have tried.
Everybody's just kind of feeling the anxiety, hoping that we just, make a breakthrough at some point, for sure. Because it just seems to be all a matter of, you can feel the ground shaking, like it's something hollow.
We're going to go ahead and drop the camera all the way down in there. Take pictures of wherever thing is down in there, actually. I always knew it'd still be here, no matter what. And now it might be coming into fruition. Salvador started the Victory Club 25 years ago tonight. He asked me if I would take it over for 12 years, and so I said sure. I felt like it was a great honor to do that. And so I started passing out the Treasure Hunter of the Year award, which is given to someone that keeps the lore going and represents us in a good way. Now, this year, Salvador and I are going to turn it over to Bob Shoes and Wayne Tuttle. There you go, buddy.
Thank you.
guys.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
For this year, Treasure Hunter's 25th Annual Awards presentation. To a true mountain man and treasure hunter, a special thanks for keeping the legend alive for many years, hiking in the Superstition Ranges, searching out the many stories, lost mines, and keeping the secrets of the treasures they've held. A true legend of the mountains. You will be remembered by us all forever and always.
So it looks like that the silver basin filled with coins and jewels is still there. He's got all those orange targets that's over here where the table and all that stuff was, and you can see where I think that basin was right there, that little yellow hit.
Okay.
Right? And there's maybe some other spots that I might hit, but we're getting solid targets.
I have lived 51 years researching this mine.
Looking for gold and such as that for 31 years.
35 years since I come here.
This is like my rookie year.
I personally have found things in the Superstition Mountains, yes.
We found 3 silver bars up in the rafters.
There's a number of people that have found gold bars in and around the Superstition Mountains.
Gold seekers, we call them true believers. They're a different breed, and they come in all shapes and sizes, and they have this, it's this drive. It's like that carrot out in front of you, dangling in front of you. I know it's out there. I know I can find it. I just want to find it. The gold seeker trained in science is going to be more professional because that's more of your scientific process. You don't just take it at face value. You have to prove it.
This is a scan, and it lets you see the 3D images that have been produced. The dark blue indicates an area that's been disturbed by digging. The blue, gray, and the green, this indicates the terrain that's been set down by natural geology. And then this is a corroded target. The orange is the corrosion that coats the target. And this side view shows you that the target is below everything else, which indicates it's a real target and not a false alarm. What I discovered was the location of Latin Heart site. I discovered how to read the Latin Heart map that was made from a clay tile. It has 31 caches, 31 Roman numerals. It's my opinion that the Roman numerals represented bars of gold. So when I scanned and I saw bar shapes, I made the conclusion I would be looking for bars. I collated all my results. I made a master map. I showed where everything was. I got everything prepped. I briefed Gary Hanna, head Tonto National Forest Ranger. I said, I'm willing to hand you all my notes, all my records, stand back and say it was here and watch you guys do it all. I thought when I went to Gary and I gave him minimum of 4 years of work, research, measurable data, given that I've got 3 degrees and that I know my field of expertise, I honestly hoped I was going to get, wow, that's great. And boy, was I naive. They threw it away. Totally opposite reaction. I just was totally dumbfounded. Usually people think I have the gold, think I'm nuts, or I'm going to get killed. Those are the three responses I usually get. I only had one choice: to raise my army, the army of the greedy. Okay, so I got Bill, James, David, Nathan, and myself. Thank you guys for joining me. Jason, what'd I say?
Nathan.
Wrong, brother, I'm tired. The trail that we're taking is the Massacre Trail of 1862 that completely matches what Jacob Waltz said on his deathbed. This is the treasure site that's on the Latin Heart map. Everything that I found in Latin matches it.
I was just surfing on the internet one day and I typed in Lost Dutchman Gold Mine just to see what the next story was. Here's Robert Kesselring's 5-part summary of what he'd been working on for 6 years. He says, I'm looking for an attorney to do some pro bono work for me to see if we can get some digging permits and get things going on this. I stopped right there and I emailed back. I go, I'm your guy. I am in this 1,000%. Don't have to look any farther.
I'm talking about
the other people on the team, my next door neighbor, James Sabesma, his passion has always been gold.
How treacherous do you think it is? I told him right away, I said, count me in. People have been looking for the Lost Dutchman mine too long and haven't found it. Guess it's like, nah, there really is a Lost Dutchman mine, and there really was a guy.
David Smith, I grew up with in Palm Springs, and David is a rock hound.
Bill was talking about this guy's story. He knows exactly what the Lost Dutchman's gold mine is all about. I mean, he carried on and carried on and carried on. And all I knew was I wanted to see the Superstition Mountains and hang out for a while.
We're 65 years old. I mean, we're not far from behind Kess.
that foundation is...
I think between the two of them, we're pretty well set with our support staff. The map says there's 31 caches of gold and totaling over 31,000 gold bars. If you do the math, the value today is $6 billion worth of gold bars out there. So the whole idea here is you got to show the government proof. And what's proof? Well, proof is holding up that gold bar, dropping it off on the desk of the forest ranger and say, this is out there. This is an Indiana Jones adventure, I'm telling you.
You're looking at Superstition Mountain, a barbaric pile of rock 40 miles long by 20 wide. The man is Floyd Buckley. He's going into this 800 square miles of sudden and violent death because he thinks it's just another mountain and because he's greedy for its treasure. Yeah, I said treasure. Gold. $20 million worth of precious yellow metal waiting to be found in America's most elusive mine, appropriately named the Lost Dutchman. You see, this is the true story of Superstition Mountain, the biography of a death trap. My name's Barry Storm. I was hurled into this story when I heard that shot. Up till then, I was just an ordinary guy with a reasonable curiosity about the Lost Dutchman mine.
When I was 13, my Aunt Ruth gave me a copy of Thunder God's Gold, written by Barry Storm. My aunt met Barry Storm, who's here, and had him sign it for him. It was about more than just looking for gold. It was about treasure hunting, and it was the legends of the Jesuits, the Peraltas, and the Lost Dutchman. This book I read religiously most of my life, right next to the Bible. Bible, Thunder God's Gold, back and forth, back and forth. And that's how I got into the depths of where I am now about treasure hunting. And I am totally in love with the people that went through that experience. When I'm there, my heart and my soul is with them. I see their impact. I see where they slept. I see where they died. I see the plants that are native that they grew that were herbs for food. I see all the little secret symbols that they've put up, hidden triangles and stuff. I can see the ghosts of ancient past walking around. It's like a head trip Disney can't provide, you know? And so I went back to one of the pictures, and in it was a petroglyph map. And I looked at it, That's when I realized what he knew, that the Mexicans used the metric system. Everybody before me for 100 years kept saying, they're Spanish, they use leagues, they use varas, they didn't understand science. They were the highest developed mining university at the time in Mexico City, and the Germans would take their graduate students and send them there to learn more and go into the field.
Hi, Poochie.
Dad basically had just given me copies of the books and was telling me about the Peralta maps and all that kind of stuff. He was seeing that I had interest. He just kind of started saying, hey, if you wanted to go out and get your camping skills sharpened up, I can help you, and I want to take this big trip.
Yeah, we'll leave it in the bedroom. Yeah, it was your grandpa's. He liked it a lot.
My parents were divorced when I was like 2 years old. I was like 12 when Dad was able to kind of come back into my life briefly. And then after high school, I was 19, I left Texas, and then pretty much didn't have any real communication for 20 years. Probably been about 32 years total of my life that I didn't have my father.
My intention is to hand off everything that I've learned, give my son Jason all the training he needs. This is my legacy to you. This is my work. I hand it to you. You carry it on.
I cherish everything that we get to do from, this point on. Just kind of like, all right, well, if you need somebody to kind of be there for you and, recording and doing whatever, I said, I'll do that.
Everything out here will bite you, poke you, prick you, sting you, or poison you. The superstitions can be real dangerous, especially if you don't know what you're doing. I was out there walking around Yellow Peak, they call it, and off to my right, I couldn't believe it. I saw what I knew was a skeleton. There was one of the fellas there, and he had his arm on the backpack, and then I looked down the canyon a little ways, and there was another fella laying there. They said that they died of natural causes, but the one fellow looked like he had a couple of indentations in the back of his head, something blunt, and the other fella, it looked like his back had been beat in, and one rib bone sticking out through the front. But his shirt was not torn, so no animal reached in there and pulled those bones from the back forward. They were laying on this black basalt rock, and that, in July, that must have been just terribly, terribly hot. We went out there and asked the sheriff's department if we could help look for the guys, and they told us that we better go take a special course so that they didn't have to worry about us getting lost. Hundreds of people have died in the Superstition Mountains.
This is my last expedition into the superstitions to document the things that I have discovered, a project that takes a whole lot more people than one person. We had the Mexican-American War in 1846, and they had been hoarding their gold and building it up, and they were going to secede from Mexico. So I believe 31 families were the wealthiest families in the district, saw the Americans coming, told their sons to take the treasure out to where the hoard was and to bury the family's wealth because they couldn't get it to Mexico fast enough. That's the treasure that I've located.
I'm pretty certain that you know, we're gonna find something out there. This is real. There's a lot of gold out there.
Howdy. Am I far enough off?
Well,
You want me to back up?
he's a big horse, but I think you'll be okay.
I'm all right. Looks like you've been working hard, guys. When you see people coming through with packs, presumably these guys struck it rich and they're working the Dutchman's vein. That's the kind of rumor mill that keeps churning all the interest in the gold and the superstitions.
This looks like a painting, doesn't look real. I don't know how much water left, but you started with 2 gallons and you're still going. 6 hours of hiking, about a mile an hour.
Rover made it. This is the scanner.
It looks shorter than the... Oh, it's
collapsed.
collapses. I'm acting like I've never put up a tent before in my life.
Got another 3.5 mile hike tomorrow. Good night. See you in the morning. Or if something crazy happens in between, I will let you know.
Well, cement bags are just drooping on down. Well, that cement's there. It's there for a weight, babe. 5 will get you 10. Old Mackey's back in town. Yeah, yeah. For the line of arms. Mackey's back in town.
So, today's goal is to take you to the Notch of the Heart, okay? And then we're going to climb up the mesa and we'll get to the Citadel. I'm going to break up the teams. I'll have shown you where the last place was I saw a prospect, and it's under a fire pit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take Nathan to the next prospect, and I'm going to teach him how to do the rover.
Who?
Jason.
There you go.
Is that too heavy? Is it good? That's good.
Look at that.
Okay, GPS on.
The day came because I was getting gold fever, and I went, you know what? Don't quit your day job, James. You got 2 kids to raise and a hot wife to keep happy. I think you better save that for retirement. Doing this, it's right out of my wildest dreams for my retirement. Huh?
Fairy tale.
Oh yeah, no, it's like chasing the dragon. What are you waiting for, Billy?
Good save.
Thank you.
Did you like your cell phone back?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Be careful coming down. You are in the Citadel, gentlemen. You are in the Peralta Map Latin Heart area. I found a series of targets. And I said, well, let's dig a latrine over one of them. Got done, and we filled it back in, and we built a fireplace. He says, that's it. See it? See where we walked?
Yeah.
It's in the right spot.
I think you should scan.
That's my start. Bush is my last, right this side. I'm linked. There's no hits. I'm not seeing a prospect. Now what I can do is when I get back to camp, I can put this on the laptop and check it, but I don't have any targets in there today.
We can start and maybe you'll get it.
James,
Yeah.
you want to auger this down a little bit?
There's a rock down there that's about a little bit bigger than a soccer ball. If you go down 3 feet to that rock and I scan it, I should get a hard target. Point to the south.
Efficient operation. When I say scoop, start scoop. Hold on. You're fucking stronger guys than me get sitting on that.
Panic is setting in, guys. Time to go.
Are you gonna scan it one more time?
It's time to pull out.
I don't understand why he's not going to scan this one more time.
Just drop the pole down in
Dave.
there. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to push that envelope? You can talk to the main man, but
Yeah.
he's tired and
All right.
it's his time for his, meds and whatnot.
If this was me, I'd be going.
Yeah.
Nobody eats until we get the gold.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get you to look at the
I
understand.
Yeah.
But you got to start.
Yeah.
I told him give him a start. He'll be really upset.
Yeah.
At least you know that this is the hole. All you got to do is get down to that rock, and if that rock is still there, the odds are it is too.
Yeah.
So tonight is get to bed early, get your rest, take your vitamins, say no to sex. You know, the Olympic thing.
Did you talk to my wife?
I don't have to at our age. We're in that club where all the girls say I don't wanna, and
Yeah, but she's 17 years younger than me, so it's a whole different ballgame in my house.
Yeah, I got to be reminded of that. Yeah, you're not in my league.
So, now, the whole idea of coming here was to find a target and to show that all of your research and everything you've done is worth it, and we find we find a barn, whatever it is. That's the #1 goal on this trip, is to find a target. We just got off to too late of a start today.
So we're up at 7:30 and getting dressed and going and having breakfast.
Alright, so it's about 8 o'clock at night. Went out to target 1. And it's just with the equipment, seems like it just was still reading air. We'll go back tomorrow and finish it out.
Good morning, Gertie. How you doing? Good morning. Good to see you too. After the hike of 1.5 miles, I'm convinced I can't hack going back to the Latin Heart site. I've had 4 operations since I was here last. It took its toll. Now, I talked with Jason and I said, hey, if there's a spare tent left over down here for me, I'm good to stay. So I've given you the coordinates, I've given you the aerial surveys, and I think you guys all need to get up there.
I wish that I had some prior knowledge to all of this, you know?
No, I just listened to him, and I gotta tell you, that he has very interesting, convincing stories. He knows what the hell he's talking about.
I am not having any doubt in my mind.
The kid is just, I mean, he's got dreams of getting a kid all involved. I don't see it, do you?
No.
They were, the Peraltas were like the Rockefellers for, the King of Spain.
No, they're very
interesting. To do all the mining.
I was, for weeks, I was trying to think of what Peralta was like. That. Is that an Indian? I never heard an Indian group named that.
Yeah, no.
I just couldn't think of what that was.
What did they do? Did they get a Spanish land grant here or something?
Yeah, they did. And the head Peralta guy, I forget his name, Manuel Peralta, I believe, he was the largest landowner in the state of California. So, a lot of people in the history books don't know about these Peralta miners that were massacred, 86 of them in 1847, by the Apaches.
Billy boy, $10. Are we gonna see anything or what?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah?
Fucking A.
Very unstable. Very loose. See the tarp. And I brought twice the digging tools. So we're gonna go 4 times faster and deeper.
I'll be right back.
I'm trying to get out of work.
Oh yeah.
No.
Obviously, I think someone was just digging down to see if there's some kind of vein. Of course, who knows? Anyway, we'll just have to wait till Robert gets here. You know, Kes, he's 67, 68, so it's been a hard trip for him. So he's following up the rear today, taking a little bit slower. So David and James are over there hard at it to get us down another 1.5 feet so we can run the scanner over it, or I've got my metal detector. And if for some reason there isn't anything there, then we're going over this hill here to target number 2 and to see what we can see if we can bring up the target on Robert's scanner.
So,
You both quit smoking and make me happy.
well, and that's where I'm leading to, is in another 2 months is kind of the goal. I know it sounds stupid, 2 months or next week, but
Nothing is nothing. You give me a goal, I'll be shut up.
And that's what I'm saying, is you pick a goal, put your mind to it. I just haven't put my mind to it yet.
That's right. You keep saying a reason that it doesn't matter. You say it doesn't matter. Well, it does.
It does.
It'll matter more the older you get. My mother, like I said, smoked from the time she was 17.
I have a mental image of that shit.
Blew her brains out at 63 because she had been suffering emphysema, lost half her weight. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No.
Hey, David? James? How's it going?
We're waiting on you, Bill.
Okay.
We got the rock out.
You got the rock up?
What?
You found the volleyball rock?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
We're waiting on you, Bill.
Well, okay. I thought you would have set off a flare or something. On my way down. Robert, we're waiting for you. You have honors.
There were other rocks that we found on the way down there to it, but this was the big one, right smack in the middle.
Now, Robert, there's another fire pit right here, which is kind of in the open. So I'm just saying, I don't know how long it takes, but this, you know, this could be a fire pit right here, and
This looks like a bigger one. Look at, it's not here.
well,
it's
I'm
here.
just saying it's in line with this. I just, you know.
No, but I'm saying that what you're looking at is not just that. It's this here.
Yeah.
I see a fire pit.
Laptop, get the cables.
Yes.
Bring them up.
I just don't want to leave this area without trying to.
No?
You should see pretty much what we were seeing. And you notice that there's no target in there.
Well, this is right in line. Look at it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's nothing there in the center. You can see where I'm saying that target used to be, and the ground all around it was dug up. So I don't think they're going to find anything. I think it's been dug out, or they moved my fireplace. So, Bill.
Yeah?
I don't have anything on there. So either they moved the fireplace or they took it.
You want to look at this, Robert? That's a fire pit too.
It's not ours.
That's not yours. Okay. Okay. Since time's
We're gonna
fleeing,
go
why
over
don't you
there.
go to target 2?
We are.
Yes.
Get my string.
Okay.
Even this, look at Bill. Yeah, you can see them everywhere. That could be a spot. That could be a spot. And they're really close to the general area. And to be so fixated on. Yeah.
I want you to come up here and look at what we just found. You won't frickin' believe this.
Paper?
The tarp, they stuffed it with something to hide it. How deep did they go?
Look
Am
at
I
this
wrong?
shit.
Good Lord.
Look at this.
Leave it for Prince.
Yeah.
Well, I got my gloves.
Yeah.
Are those empty?
No, they're full. We got Campbell soup pea with bacon, Progresso loaded potato and bacon, bean and bacon. These guys love bacon. Unbelievable.
They opened up an abandoned mine from the Mexican Peraltas.
Well, I wouldn't.
Yeah, could have. You're not gonna dig like that to hide tools.
No, they didn't do that. That's for sure.
They opened up a shaft that had been sealed, and they broke in. Okay, well, leave the tarp in the hole so it's safe.
In there. The mine was already going. It had been built way back when. This mine was had already been started.
Now, the mine, you're saying mine.
Yeah, mine.
Were they looking for gold in here? The original guy who dug in here.
Yes, why
Of
would
course,
he do
they were
that?
gold miners. At this point, I'm ready to call the FBI and say there's been gold stolen on federal land. That looks like explosives to me.
I don't know anything about explosives.
I wouldn't touch it.
Well, no, I'm not touching it.
Well,
but
if it's fulminated mercury, it could go off in your hand.
Nice little PVC pipe bomb.
Oh, shit.
This is unreal. This is unfreaking believable. What is that, a backpack? Well, that's freaking unbelievable. Look at that.
That's gutsy.
Well,
We'll look at the contents. There's a Red Bull can here. Don't touch it. There might be prints that the sheriffs can get.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just staggering down. You got it?
That's brand new.
We got a name.
Yeah, where's LA SWAT?
Right, they're catching stuff.
This is unreal. This is unfreaking believable.
Okay, doing the Vietnam check here.
A phone number.
Is that a score?
Oh, that's a score.
Oh, damn.
Oh, baby.
But holy, we flushed them. They ran out of here like illegals. But this is damp. Another bottle. Don't want to handle that. Foil.
Foil. I like the space blanket.
Oh, I think we can connect him with the explosives.
What's in there?
Don't play too much.
Oh.
We got matches, cannon fuse, thermite igniter, 2-pack. You got bomb making equipment out here. This is FBI evidence.
We're good at finding tools and we're good at finding backpacks.
Somebody's moved a buttload of dirt over here just recently.
Looks like 80% of the material is gone. This used to be up there, and right here was a stone monument about that high. It's gone. The history's gone. The shit's trashed.
Bomb went off up here.
I told the feds, I said, if we go get a bar and we find it's a bar, then the cash here would be worth today $1 billion. Yeah.
Those guys left those tools because they're coming back because they didn't get down far enough.
But I'm saying to you, if you were on, because you are on a crew, I'm saying get that fucking thing to work and show us something. If they're there or they're not. Don't, you know what I'm saying? He's a researcher. He's not a finder. I'm a finder. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I know.
I'm dumber than shit, but I'm goal-oriented, and
This is the only place to go to
I'm
dig.
freaking hound dog. Turn me fucking loose.
I saw the pictures, okay? There's a shitload. The original goddamn gold bullion bars are up there.
You saw those guys coming out of here with all those horses with the crates?
Fuck!
I'm gonna bet they took out whatever they found. Pretty clear that the plunderers have been out here. Government wouldn't listen. They're probably gonna say, well, you're the one that released the information. I said, I told you I would.
Visions of sugar plums dancing in your head, huh, Bill?
Oh,
frustrating for you, huh?
Oh my God.
Those gold bars are just flying out of your mind.
We'll be back. You threw out GPS coordinates on the...
It's just...
Publish those. Somebody's going to grab them and start looking. So, this doesn't surprise me.
I don't know what they dug up. I just wanted a permit to dig a tiny little hole. I'm a missile scientist that knows the technology. I know this works. Why don't you believe me? I said, if you don't let me do this, I've got to publish. I've got to put this before my peers and get judged. Pissed. I'm going to the sheriff when we get out of here and give them the evidence. I want their ass kicked. And I want the goddamn politicians to wear the blood.
The question is, did those people come up empty-handed or not? Did they get it or didn't they get it? Was it there ever? He did let out that he believed there was deposits of something there. That has not that has gotten out to the public, and he believes that there may be some deposits left, but he said a chunk of that, a big piece of that, has been taken out.
He gave out the coordinates and you know, probably shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. I think if he had to do it over again, he certainly wouldn't have put those coordinates in.
I don't want to say, you know, that I think he's full of shit, but, you know, the first couple of days I was really questioning, you know, what does this guy see? What makes him feel this way? Why would he think that there's gold bars there? And I haven't seen any gold yet.
I'm very interested in, you know, preserving the history and, you know, keeping people from coming out here and dying and, you know, killing themselves or blowing up terrain and using pipe bombs and all that kind of stuff. I'm definitely interested in helping out stop that. But my main interest is my dad, you know. This is somebody I just never really got to know. So, you know, I was angry and upset and hurt, and then a little bit later, a few years later, I found out about Nathan being my half-brother. And so then you kind of deal with jealousy and that kind of stuff, and like, well, hey, I'm here. What about me? And then you just kind of, you know, it stuck with me for a while, but then as I grew older and just kind of learned to let it go.
Alright, so here we are in like stage 7, 6, somewhere in there. My days getting blurred all together.
What we saw in all those holes is a federal crime.
I didn't sleep last night.
It's against the Wilderness Act, and if they got man-made items, they've also broken the Antiquities Act. You're the lawyer. Am I wrong?
It was tough yesterday.
I know it is. Don't cry.
It was just tough, you know?
You can imagine how I feel.
No, I know. I've only been doing this for 16 months. You've been at this for 7 years.
Are you convinced that we found the Peralta Latin heart site?
As I told you before, I looked through the lens, you know, of a litigation attorney and what I could prove to a jury and what I couldn't. And this would be easy to prove.
If you look at the lay of the land on that topo map I've got, it's a total match.
No, it's a total match.
And so we've had the people that were in the Dutch Hunters Club of Apache Junction stand up and acknowledge that I had succeeded. Robert has found it. They acknowledged that publicly.
He's got gold fever. We bring two guys on our crew that have got gold fever that bring all... Stop.
Yeah, but
Stop.
I brought you here, and now you're all jammed up about something that somebody
I'm all
else
jammed
did.
up about you two knuckleheads going around digging holes all over this place.
What holes have we dug all over this place?
Did you bury a single bit of the crap that you dug up yesterday? Where you dug those casings up,
There was
you
already a
dug
hole there.
and you walked away.
Wait a minute.
You
there was
dug and
already a
you
hole.
walked away.
What
If you
are
can't
so
admit
jammed
that,
up about?
I'm
That
through.
was 5-hour
You hear
job.
what I just
No,
said?
you're not even a fruitcake. You're a knucklehead today. You're really a knucklehead.
Bill, there's gold here. Shut the fuck up.
No, I don't have to shut up. There's another story here that you don't know anything about. And that's why it's important for us to bring a gold bar out.
No, it is not important to bring a single piece of
We
gold.
are here to show that technology has proven that there's gold here.
That's the backpack. That's the label that was on the orange pack that contained the detonators and shit.
Okay.
That's the bag.
Okay, gotcha. Where's the pipe bombs?
They had taken that gray PVC with the white PVC caps.
This is what it looked like, or what?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like it all homemade shit.
In that area is a lot of the land destroyed.
Yeah, they dug a big hole, and then underneath that, they put in a tunnel, and that's where the food and some tools was stashed.
That name you found on that bag?
Yeah, sir.
We have it. We contacted him numerous times last summer out there, where he was out hiking for miles and miles and miles with no water. About 4 times we had to get him out of there.
I tell you, it's the richest gold ore you ever seen. Come on.
Gold fever will make you do some terrible things.
It's that luster, lure of a treasure.
You can tell someone when someone has gold fever because they just become totally turn on the dime of interest.
I've had some gold fever for sure. You know, I mean, not bad enough that I wanted to hit my partner over the head or anything like that.
But it is an obsession. I've got the gold fever.
You still have gold.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I wouldn't have tootled down to Florida for 10 days looking for treasure on the beach. If I had, it's all part of it. It's all part of it.
It gnaws at them, it eats away at them, that they're just there, they got to get it done, they got to get it done. And we hear about that, a number of treasure hunters who died in the mountains that they just couldn't let it go.
Is your odometer working? Your mileage odometer.
Well, I know, I gotta look at it. I see 160,000. Is that what you're talking
Yeah, but
about?
I want to know the last 2 digits.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
know because I want to.
83.
83?
Yeah. Don't hurt yourself, Billy. Make a noise.
The map that Robert cracked, the Peralta Heart map, so far has been spot on. I've seen the bars, so we're bringing the gold out.
Where is our destination?
Our destination is right over here.
Okay.
So we've got to go down, we've got to go over this mountain, and then we go around Marsh Valley. So that's where we
Yeah.
camped. So this is where, that's
And we're
where,
going past that today.
Yeah. I can't believe you don't remember. We gotta go to that. We gotta hike over that big mountain.
I'm drawing a blank.
It's a bitch.
Now, do you have an idea where that is?
Yes, I have an idea where that is. I mean, all you have to say-
It's right here. I know where the arch is, but I mean, you're looking at this. What indicates that you know where that is?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. You're asking me questions.
No,
I
I'm
don't
gonna ask
know.
you 5
There's
times.
gonna
and then
be
we're done.
there's gonna be some kind of marker.
Okay.
Okay. I do want to get up here to see what they've done.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, no, I don't have a
Because
problem
I
with
do
that.
know.
Yeah, yeah. I have energy and.
I do know. We do know where that is,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
do know what's under the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You can see that those arms appear to have been sheared off, and there's those 2 long arms create a V, okay? And that's the line of sight. So it's not going to be a perfect, but you know that you're going to go in this direction,
right?
Okay? It's got a cross cut in the very top of it, okay? That's a marker that was cut in there, all right? Could Mother Nature have done that? Yeah, but it aligns right with that.
I'm at that point. It's the heat. It's not even the heat of the day, and I'm melting up here, wasting a lot of energy. And there's only the hours that we're wasting also.
You might have thought that was a Roman numeral 1 because there's a cross on it and then there's a 1.
I wouldn't
It's
call
not
that
a
a Roman
3.
numeral. I'm not
And
saying
then-
it ain't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it that. I think enough with this. I think that can be put off till later. I think we should be digging, or we should be researching where there may be caches undisturbed and the markers are still in place, and we can say, this is where it's at.
And right down here is a rock with frickin' rocks piled on top of it as a marker. Those rocks were put there. You just don't have a pile of rocks to have a pile of rocks. Those things are big, are heavy. And that's a frickin' marker, and it's next to the crossed swirl. It all fits.
This is a 1 bar site. This is, you know what I'm saying?
So this is,
Let go.
you need to know what to look for. You need to look for cuts in saguaro cactuses. You need to look for rocks that are piled up on top of each other, because that's how they would mark them.
I got it.
All right, well, okay, we're moving on.
I would like to set up a plan where we can actually prove that this this research that was done by Tess is valid.
All we can do is go look and observe and see if we can
we
figure
can-
out, because we don't have the scanner.
Mm-hmm.
So. First off, this is on the map, okay? And it shows that there's a cat. Here, let me pull it out. That spike, all I've heard from Kesselring is the spike. Once you find a spike, that is a telltale sign that they have, that they've hidden, they buried gold bullion.
Men put this together.
James, we're not going to destroy that. That's too
man.
precious of a thing. I'm not going to
It
destroy
ain't
that.
precious to me.
Well,
I'm not saying it shouldn't be here when we get done. I'm saying we can take pictures of it and put it back together 90% of the way it was.
No, we can't.
This is not a religious fucking thing.
Well, I understand, but I'm not.
Don't get religious over it. Well, I'm telling you. I'm not talking about destroying stuff. I'm talking about taking the door off and putting the door back on. Where are you gonna move that? That's not part of it. Take that off of there. Well, I don't want to be stupid about some of this shit. If that's stupid, I think I can dig right here. Is it all right if I move this, Bill? I want to say this, though. I'm going to just question you one more time. You basically were saying it's underneath this.
It could be. Well, it could be to the side. according to the map, right over here is another cache site. So I'm just going to walk over here, right over here, and see if I can see anything that looks How does that look like to you? That looks like a fucking frickin' one of those spike markers. But you know, it could just be regular rock.
Hey, Bill.
Huh?
What did you see on the screen?
I saw all the gold bars.
Here.
Yeah.
Here's the.
James is saying there's 5,000 bars there. So it's gonna be massive.
My guess is it would be there, because that's where the deeper mud is, right? As the slope goes up, it's another foot. I don't know. I mean, it's an idiot project to me. Bill, how many? Give me that number again.
5,000.
That's a lot, man. 5,000 bars? Where? You know what I'm saying?
All I'm waiting for is that full moon. When it comes through that window, it'll light up the patch of ground where I'm to dig. I'm standing right in the center of it. Right here. This is where I dig. 20 million bucks worth. If it is the moon that'll point out that gold, it'll only do it once a year. On the anniversary of the night the Peraltas made that sign. That's a catch. When was that sign made? What night? What hour? What moment? If I could figure that out, I'd hit the jackpot.
In my mind, if something monetarily comes of it, it's going to come down the road if we discover something, because it's like finding the Titanic. James Cameron, they make $20 million a year taking all the artifacts that they found from the Titanic around the country. You do things for passion, okay? And this is being part of history, coming out in the superstition where thousands of people have been out here trying to locate stuff. If I could have been, you know, and I still feel I will, but if I, you know, to be a part of that, just being a part of history. So money didn't have that much. I wasn't even thinking about money. You know, do I have gold fever? I've never been prospecting in my life except this time, you know. So if I had gold fever, it would have started a long time ago. There's no doubt in my mind, if those guys hadn't blown up the side of that mountain and taken 1,300 gold bars that were there, that I saw on the scanning, no problem. There's no doubt in my mind. And I know there's bars back there, you know. And it's just, you got to have that scanner. So I'm coming out here again with Jason. And I can guarantee, well, I can't guarantee anything. I thought we'd have one now, but I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to locate, you know, those bars. I had no business coming right now. I had no fucking business.
I need help with my pack to get it out.
We're almost to. Mother of pearl. God,
Bruce is here, Feldman's here, San Felice is here.
Yeah, I saw it.
This is?
Gary. My son, Nathan.
Nathan. Jason. You have a son named Nathan?
Yeah, I got
okay,
plenty
I'm
of
hoping
kids.
so,
Too
because
many
that
kids.
really sucks if he doesn't.
Oh, no. Yeah. Bar's open, right?
Bar's open. Nice meeting you, Nathan. All right.
Jason.
This year, Treasure Hunter's 25th Annual Awards presentation. To a true mountain man and treasure hunter, you will be remembered by us all forever and always. Happy trails. Thanks for the campfires we have shared. It is an honor and a privilege to present this award to Brian Lichtman.
I've looked for this mine a long time with my good partner, Ron Feldman here.
No matter what he's done, Robert Kesselring would be on a list for an award. But he's not being accepted by all of the people that have spent their lives out there.
How do you spell that again?
Waltz, W-A-L-Z, Jacob Waltz.
Well, nobody with that name ever registered a claim here. This record goes clear back to 1870.
But there must have been. Well, the Lost Dutchman was supposed to be worth a fortune. He wouldn't just leave that money laying around.
Maybe he never found a mine. Some people don't believe there ever was a lost Dutchman.
Anybody that would use Thunder God's Gold as the Bible is shooting blanks. It's got a lot of information in it, but realize that Barry Storm created a lot of the information.
According to my friend who was out there with him, he had a little problem with drinking. And so he did a lot of that instead of doing a lot of this treasure hunting.
Barry Storm in his time in the 40s, 30s, and 40s was using what was considered state-of-the-art electronics and detecting equipment. It seems ridiculous now. It looks like a bunch of PVC framework they're carrying around. Not too much different than what we see now still, though.
I guess if you were to look at it in one certain way, they're all competing. Everybody's competing for the same ultimate goals. To the people that want to call data fraud, I shake my head at them like, okay, that's what you think, but I believe him. That's just, I have no other thought other than right. I believe him.
It's a good story, and it's a great legend. There is something magical about it. The true believers will believe these stories, though, because they are feasible. They're plausible. But take you down the path of plausibility, you just have to figure out where to get off. A place like this is just made for folklore. It gives the dreamers the opportunity to dream. We all need that.
Thank you for calling Senard Films. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time.
Hello, Mr. May. My name is Brian McDonough. I'm a gold miner from Arizona. I'm calling to tell you about the film that you're producing right now. I spent 30 years prospecting for gold in Arizona. Kesselring, Shoes, Feldman, Tuttle, they all know that I found the mine. I never looked for the mine. I found it. It came to me. So just a little pissed off and a little upset that a prospecting cab driver has found the mine, not them. If you guys tell the story from these assholes, these idiots in Apache Junction that are nothing but a bunch of crazy-eyed whack jobs, that the mine has not been found and that it's some kind of farce legend or the stones were carved in someone's garage, that's a bunch of hogwash.
Up on Stoneman Lake Road, when I was just a kid, my dad said, when you pass here, look around. Those outlaws came this way with that stolen Clarkdale payroll. They were caught, but the bag was never found. And after all these years, each time I drive that road, my eyes are always searching, so it seems. But I don't know if I'm looking for that lost outlaw payroll or searching for a kid's forgotten dreams. That secret canyon never really given up its secrets, does but out the canyon hide a Spanish mine. Are those silver pesos buried beside the Rivas Trail? Is the Dutchman's gold still there for men to find? Though I never found that vein, never even found a nugget, no outlaw stash nor mystic mother lode. That as time goes by I realize the joy is in the searching, and I'd rather have the stories than the gold. Yeah, secret canyon never really given up its secrets, does but out the canyon hide a Spanish mine. Are those silver pesos buried beside the Rivas Trail? Is the Dutchman's gold still there for men to find? Did the Dutchman ever really have a mine?
Hey there, partners. Welcome to Goldfield Ghost Town. I'm Jacob Waltz, the Lost Dutchman. Come on over here now, and I'll tell you how to find my gold mine.
Everybody that has ever hunted the Lost Dutchman mine knows where it is, including myself. And every one of us is in a different location.
These guys believe what in their theories that they come up with.
They will always tell you where there's not gold, and they will tell you how there's fraud and this, and there's been plenty of fraud.
There ain't a whole lot of facts about the Lost Dutchman mine. They're all stories, legends.
Of all the people you know, how many stories do you know that are actually true?
How many stories that I've heard do I think they're actually true? Mine.
We haven't had any luck, but we're absolutely positive that there is a treasure in there.
If you look at the people that are here today, none of them are quitters. All of them are absolutely dedicated to answering the question.
Next time, when we come back out, we're gonna get in it. I guarantee it. I imagine that same feeling that I had before is gonna be right back in my stomach. I'm just gonna keep the faith and keep on digging.